today.
You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go.
Busy Saturday in the Premier League. You can see the best of the action on the Sky Sports app. Quickest way to get there is to scan the QR code. You'll be able to see Erling Haaland's effort for Manchester City in their 2-1 win that takes them to the top of the table. Newcastle with a 4-0 victory against Crystal Palace at St James's Park, and Brentford have their first home win of the season. They made it 3-0 against Burnley. Let's take a look at what that does to the Premier League table then. Sheffield United still bottom. They have a chance to add to their total against Manchester United potentially later on. Bournemouth with 3 points. Burnley, another defeat for them, leaves them inside the bottom three. But Luton's draw against Nottingham Forest means they are a point clear of the bottom three. Chelsea just inside the bottom half of the table, but as we head up towards the top, Arsenal inside the top four. They can go to the very summit of the table if they take all 3 points. At the moment, that place is held by Manchester City. Kick-off then is fast approaching in tonight's first game, but later on tonight we're at Bramall Lane for Sheffield United against Manchester United. That one is an 8 o'clock kick-off. And not long to go until we head to a very rainy Stamford Bridge for Chelsea against Arsenal.
The final stone of these championships.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary.
That's not bad at all.
We believe every sport should be epic.
Berlin.
So whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Sky Sports coverage of the Premier League brought to you by EA Sports FC 24.
The No Room for Racism initiative reminding fans to celebrate the diversity in the game, but also to challenge and report racism wherever and whenever they see it. Kick-off then, not long to go now at Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea take on Arsenal. It's going to be an interesting day for a couple of the players. Got Jorginho facing up to his old side, and that midfield battle could be a really crucial one, Jamie.
Absolutely, and Jorginho's technically one of the best players in the world at what he does, but you've got to make him play at a pace that he's uncomfortable at. The pitch is going to be fast, it's going to be wet. And you look at the captain of Chelsea today, Conor Gallagher. Can he get around him? Can you make him play at a pace that makes him uncomfortable? Maybe he loses the ball. What happened against Tottenham a few weeks ago? It's something you have to do.
It's interesting that Arteta has started Jorginho with Declan. You know, two really more defensive kind of midfielders. You know, while he normally plays with 2 8s. So he's going to expect a specific job from
Declan Rice to help him, but Declan Rice, he's got to help him and get alongside him. So you don't want to leave him too exposed, because if he gets legs around him, that's when he can look at times a little bit ponderous. But technically, he's a fantastic player. Mudryk as well, playing against a side that wanted him. It's going to be an interesting day today for him. Up against Ben White, he's going to want to show what he can do. Ben White's there, he's ready for it. Look at him, he's out in front.
He is. They're looking a little bit soggy at the moment at Stamford Bridge, but the game itself due to kick off imminently. With you for this one, your commentary team is Gary Neville and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, there's certainly been an intensification of the rivalry between SW6 and N5, and we will see that reflected in tonight's match for sure. Certainly there have been wholesale changes for Chelsea from the last meeting in May. There's a different man in the dugout in Maurizio Pochettino, a different goalkeeper in Robert Sanchez, recruited from Brighton, and Thiago Silva's one of only 3 players who started then also starting tonight. Malo Gusto is back in the team after suspension. The midfield trio is the same as that on duty for the win at Burnley before the international break, when Raheem Sterling was especially influential. He looked set to go central with a recall for Mykhailo Mudryk, who seemed poised to join Arsenal before Chelsea swooped. Axel Disasi misses his first Premier League minutes, but is accompanied on the bench by his fit again former Monaco colleague Benoit Badiashile and Reece James. As it was for his opposite number, the internationals came at a bad time for Mikel Arteta. David Raya survived some early nervy moments to keep a clean sheet in the huge win against Manchester City. The back four from that game is intact, with William Saliba overcoming concerns about a toe injury. The midfield's also unchanged, with Jorginho making his first return, and Declan Rice trying to prove the decision to release him from Chelsea's academy was a short-sighted one. Another academy product, Eddie Nketiah, makes way for the match winner against City, Gabriel Martinelli, and Bukayo Saka is back after his rare recent absence. And Nketiah's on the bench with another Chelsea old boy, Kai Havertz, and Karl Hein is the backup goalkeeper with Aaron Ramsdale absent. Congratulations to him and wife Georgina on the birth of their baby boy. More than friends, they are family, says Maurizio Pochettino about Mikel Arteta. They spent a year together in Paris and formed a very close bond. But where will this match be won and lost?
Well, in the studio they just talked about the midfield area, which is going to be very important, and there's four very talented wide players, but up front Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus for Chelsea and Arsenal today. You'd have to say they've probably been below par this season in respect of goals. But whatever the teams and however the teams play today, and however well they play, are those two capable of getting in where it hurts to finish off the chances that could be created?
Well, it's a fortnight since the last round of domestic matches, since when we've seen the grim reality of the conflict in the Middle East. And across all Premier League fixtures this weekend, there will be a period of silence observed as a mark of respect to those affected in Israel and Gaza. Wearing black armbands and thoughts with those innocent people who've lost their lives in the region and those who continue to be affected. It is Maurizio Pochettino's first time as a manager facing Mikel Arteta. He left the Tottenham job a month before Arteta was appointed across North London. Here's another designated kick-it-out weekend, with the Premier League promoting the message to challenge discrimination and celebrate diversity. And so, on a day of national mourning in football for the England icon Sir Bobby Charlton, we are at the ground where he made his 751st and final appearance for Manchester United. Stamford Bridge, which tonight hosts this key match with Chelsea some way distant of where they want to be, but Arsenal certainly getting back on track towards where they want to be in recapturing the spirit of the Invincibles from 20 years ago. And remarkably, his team at this stage of this season are at exactly the same point that the Invincibles were, even in terms of goals scored and goals conceded. And their ninth match that season was a 2-1 win against Chelsea, for whom Raheem Sterling is looking to make an early incursion here in pulling the ball back. Conor Gallagher goes down. Arsenal haven't got rid of it, and the opening falls in the end to Fernandes, who drips it wide but has given Chelsea early encouragement.
A little bit of desperation for Arsenal in the end. They just don't clear the lines. Zinchenko
Never stop.